Hello and shalom to my brothers and sisters in Master Yeshua the Messiah who have his testimony and guard his commandments. Brother Nick here, and today's the 22nd day of the 10th month on the official Enoch solar calendar. It's January 9th, 2021, and this video is that Enoch says the 24-hour day begins at sunrise, a daytime, nighttime order to the full day. So there has been a day start controversy in the body of Messiah. Is it sunrise or sunset? And one of the biggest challenges for most calendar aficionados trying to get it correct, it can be a very big challenge to discern and determine the start of the 24-hour day. Why? Is because with a lot of scripture, many scripture passages can be interpreted to support both ways, but there is only one correct start time. Since prior to me publishing my official Enoch calendar back in March 2018, I had come across a video series that I endorsed and provided many scripture accounts in context that proved a sunrise start and a sunrise beginning to the 24-hour full day. Considering that the book of 1st Enoch is authoritative on Yahweh Elohim's 364-day solar calendar, I figured that the answer to the start of the 24-hour day would be found in the book of the courses of the Heavenly Luminaries, which is a section inside the book of 1st Enoch. And in this video, besides documenting and sharing my findings in 1st Enoch regarding the start of the day, I will also share Yahweh Elohim's own words in the book of Jeremiah regarding the order of the 24-hour day, with the daytime first and the nighttime second. The sunrise start in the book of Enoch. And in the book of Enoch, we get the daytime, then nighttime order of the full day. We also get the order of the sun being first prior to the moon, which is second. And we will see a more defined order of this in 1st Enoch, chapters 72 through 82, which is the book of the courses of the Heavenly Luminaries. So the book of the courses of the Heavenly Luminaries, the first chapter of the book, chapter 72, is dedicated to the sun and its movement. The following chapter, 73, is the second chapter of the book of the courses of the Heavenly Luminaries, and that chapter is dedicated to the moon. In chapter 72 of the sun, we are told in Enoch 72 verse 2, the first law of the luminaries, the luminary, the sun, has its rising and setting. So here I am in the book of the courses of the Heavenly Luminaries, chapter 72, the sun, right here, in the book of Enoch by R.H. Charles. And as I will read in these first couple of verses, it will give us this law. And this law is the primary law. The book of the courses of the luminaries of the heaven, the relations of each, according to their classes, their dominion, and their seasons, according to their names and places of origin, and according to their months, with which Uriel, the holy angel, who was with me, who was their guide, showed me. And he showed me all their laws exactly as they are, and how it is with regard to all the years of the world, and unto eternity, till the new creation is accomplished, which dureth till eternity. And this is the first law of the luminaries. The luminary, the sun, has its rising in the eastern portal and its setting in the western portals of the heaven. So as we see right here, the first law of the luminaries, which are the luminaries of heaven, the sun, the moon, and the stars, the first law of the sun, moon, and stars is the luminary, the sun. And the first part of that first law is that the luminary, the sun, has its rising in the eastern portals of heaven, which means that the day begins at sunrise. As this law is regarding time, as you can see, according to their seasons, according to their names, their places of origin, and according to their months, which is time, and also with regard to all the years of the world. Now, of that first law, the second part is that the sun has its setting in the western portals of heaven. So there you have it right here, that you have a sunrise or daytime start of the day. It is the first law of the luminaries, according to the book of Enoch, which was showed to him by the angel Uriel. So as I just explained to you, that verse that I just shared with you, Enoch 72, verse 2, it defines the first law, meaning that the day begins at sunrise, as sunrise is the beginning part of the first law of the luminaries, and the sunset is the second part of the first law of the luminaries. And what happens is that you go through the whole chapter, the chapter talks about the sun rising and the sun setting, and yes, there's only 18 portions in an Enochian day. And at the end of Enoch chapter 72, which is the chapter on the sun, in verse 37, we are told that the sun runs by day and by night. The chapter ends with summarizing the first law of the daytime first and the nighttime second, as I will show you. Here's Enoch 72 on the sun, and at the end of the chapter, verse 37, as he, the sun, rises, so he sets. So we see the first law, and decreases not, and rests not, but runs day and night. And his light is sevenfold brighter than that of the moon, but as regards size, they are both equal. So here we have it. We see that he rises and sets. That's the first law of the luminaries, all of the luminaries. And it says that the sun runs by day, so daytime first, and then nighttime. And yes, this concept is a flat earth concept because the sun is on a circuit. And it's the sun that is running, not the earth that is spinning. And that's how the chapter ends. So now that I shared with you Enoch chapter 72, verse 2 and verse 37 regarding the first law of the luminaries, this first law proves that the day begins at sunrise and that the scripture should be read and interpreted with a sunrise start presupposition. And now I'm going to get Yahweh Elohim's own words where he defines the order of the daytime before the nighttime within this cycle. And this is in regard to the covenant that Yahweh had with David. It's very important. I'm going to go ahead and get right into verse 19. And the word of Yahweh came unto Jeremiah, saying, Thus saith Yahweh. So this is Yahweh's word. This is him speaking. If ye can break my covenant of the day and my covenant of the night, so we see the order, day and then night, and that there shall not be day and night, so we see that order, in their season, in their appointed time, in their order, at their timing, then may also my covenant be broken with David my servant, that he should not have a son to reign upon his throne, and with the Levites the priests, my ministers. As the host of heaven cannot be numbered, neither the sand of the sea measured, so will I multiply the seed of David my servant, and the Levites that minister unto me. And not only that, he repeats this passage again right here in verse 23. Moreover, the word of Yahweh came to Jeremiah, saying, Consider thou not what this people have spoken, saying, The two families which Yahweh hath chosen, he hath even cast them off. Thus they have despised my people, that they should be no more a nation before them. Thus saith Yahweh. So this is Yahweh speaking again. If my covenant be not with day and night, in that order, and if I have not appointed the ordinances of heaven and earth, then will I cast away the seed of Jacob and David my servant, so that I will not take any of his seed to be rulers over the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for I will cause their captivity to return and have mercy on them. So we see it again here. His appointed the ordinances of heaven and earth, right after he says regarding his covenant with the day and night in that order. So in this passage that we just read is that the word of Yahweh is speaking. And he repeats himself twice to make sure that we get it, okay? And that he is an Elohim of order. And 3 times we are given the order of the day first, day, then night, day and night, day and night. And then also he says twice, he makes sure that they are in their appointed time, in their season, their moed, in their appointed time, their meeting times, right? Day and night in order. And then also, again, right here, it's an ordinance. The ordinances of heaven and earth, of the heavens, the luminaries, which we just read about in Enoch. So this is the words directly of Yahweh in that order. And I'm going to now end this video with a bonus verse. Matthew chapter 28, verse 1, regarding the resurrection. Quote, at the end of the Sabbath, as it began to dawn toward the first day of the week, came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary to see the sepulchre. And in this verse cannot be read any other way. The Sabbath is ending at the end, in the end, or at the end of the Sabbath. The Sabbath is ending, and when is it ending? As it began to dawn. Dawn is the period of light that happens before the sunrise. So as it was beginning to get a little bit of light, dawn towards what? Dawn toward the first day of the week, which means that sunrise is the first day of the week. So that's how the gospel writer of Matthew understood the day began, at sunrise, not sunset. So you might be asking, where did the sunset start day come from? And in my next video, which is testing the book of Jubilees and finding some leaven of the Pharisees, I will connect the sunset beginning day to the Pharisees and use the Damascus document to do so, and also prove that the book of Jubilees has some leaven in it, which is the sunset start of the day. So there's a lot of good stuff in Jubilees that support the calendar. So I hope that you're blessed by the understanding in this video, and I'm signing off. And shalom all out there to my brothers and sisters who have the testimony of Messiah Yeshua and guard his commandments. Shalom to you.